Hey everyone, my name's Martha, coming from my kitchen to yours with some of my best recipes and meals. Enjoy! Hello, today we are making banoffee pie. I actually just made the caramel sauce to go in this as well, so you can check that recipe out if you need that. Or you can just buy a tin of caramel sauce, like carnations, do them, or use someone else's recipe if you don't like mine. So we're basically going to make banoffee pie, like mini banoffee pies. I make them in my cute little, like just glass tumblers because they look nicer there, but you can make it big in a tart if it's for more people. Like it's just for myself and John, so I just make 2 portions worth at a time. And I make this recipe whenever I want something quite easy to make for dessert, but I want something a bit nicer than just chocolate or if I have bananas to use that, which checks both boxes for tonight. So we've got our quite mushy looking bananas, so I'm going to use less banana than usual because that'll be quite potent. So all you need for this is some digestives, probably not a whole packet. I just probably will use half a packet. You can, obviously it doesn't matter the ratio of like biscuit to banana to cream, whatever you, or to caramel to cream, whatever you prefer. I do like quite a bit of biscuit, so I'm gonna be generous. But the good thing about this is that I just do it in batches in my blender, whisking it to biscuit crumbs. And then I put it in the glasses and see how much it's going to take up. So we're going to blend these biscuits, and then add in some melted butter, which is going to make our base. Then we're going to put the banana slices on top. Then we're going to put the caramel sauce on top, and then we're going to put the cream on top. In the top bit of the blender, I'm going to open up my biscuits and hopefully they won't spill everywhere. Oh, that's good. I'm going to put these digestives in, so give it a helping hand by breaking it into smaller bits as it goes in. Right, I want to make sure you can see this. Oh, sorry, the bananas just touched me. It's just really squidgy right now. So ease is key, I think, when you do dessert, if you're going to bother with making one at all. So I'm going to put these biscuits in the blender, and it's going to be nice and loud for a bit. Now these crumbs aren't the most fine, but I'm just trying to be quick, so it's not the end of the world. So before we put them in our glass or whatever container you want to use, you want to mix it in with some melted butter. So I think this is going to be just about the right amount of crumbs for us. So that was actually only like 3-4 biscuits. So you really do not need a whole packet. And if you're just doing it for 2 people, if you've got a family of 12, you might need a whole packet. So we've got our biscuit crumbs in there, looking nice. And then I'm just going to put some butter on to melt in the microwave. This is always hard to tell. You always need more butter than you can do. I'm gonna move this mixer up. Cool. Yeah, so you always need more butter than you think for sort of cheesecake bases. Whenever I make a cheesecake base, I just use the same one, the same recipe. It's literally butter and digestives. Although sometimes if I want to mix it up, I add a bit of melted white chocolate. It tastes really sweet but really good. So I'm putting in about that much butter, and it's better to start with too little, I think, probably. So I've got some melted butter here. Mix it in to the biscuit crumbs. You want it so that the biscuit crumbs have an appearance of looking wet, like, you know, when you get like a soggy biscuit. That's the sort of colour you want, so a bit of a darker colour than your digestives. Okay, so this is now, you can kind of see it's all, when I like press it, it sort of stays where it is. mostly, which is a good sign that that is ready to go. So then I'm going to transfer that into our dishes. Right, so I've got my 2 glasses here ready to go. Now the last time I made banoffee pie in these glasses, I made them very deep, like they sort of went all the way up to the top. Lots of banana, lots of biscuit, lots of caramel sauce, lots of cream, and it was a bit of a mistake. Like, I have a sweet tooth, right, but it was so sweet I couldn't finish it, and it was really sad. So this is actually probably gonna go halfway up the glass, if that, because I don't like wasting food. So yeah, you might, if you've got a smaller like glass, you could do it in that so that it looks more aesthetically pleasing if it goes all the way up to the top, but I think this looks nice enough. Just adding those last little bits in, and then once it's in, this is how easy this recipe is. The most challenging bit is just pressing down on the biscuit once it's in the glass, so you want a teaspoon or something to do that, and I'm just pressing down to make it nice and even and make sure there's no biscuit like riding up the sides. Putting a lot of love into this base right now. So there we go, can you see that? Yay. Doesn't need to be perfectly even, like I could be here all day making sure that it's all one height, but who's got time for that these days, even in lockdown when we have more time. Okay, just doing the second one now. So yeah, this could take a bit longer if you're gonna do like 6 or more of these. It's probably worth just like getting a tart tin or a loose bottom cake tin to do it, so that you don't spend all evening with a tiny teaspoon in cups. And also, it doesn't mean that you don't have any, well, depending on how many glasses you have, if you use up all your glasses on dessert and someone needs a glass to drink dinner with, it's not good. Right, so that's the second one done. So they're roughly even, kinda, yeah, it's good. Looks good. These are going in the fridge now, while I prep the rest of the stuff. So let's put them in the fridge. Now the bit that takes longest is the cream. So I'm going to put the mixer on for as long as it takes now, and I'm going to come back to you when it's nearly done, because you don't want to see me stand here watching cream whip. It'll be like watching paint dry. See you soon. Right, so we are just now slicing some banana, ready to go on our banoffee pie. It's going to be beautiful. My cream is nicely whipped. You don't want it super stiff because you need to be able to spread it, and you want it to look quite neat and creamy, but there's a lot of, I just love that this recipe is very forgiving. If you don't get it quite right, it's not the end of the world. Like, I think I might not have done quite enough cream. You might want to try a bit more than 100 mils if you don't have 2 people, but it'll be fine, because if need be, when I serve it up, I just pour more cream on it. Fab. Right, it's bananas. Oh, I'm not a fan of mushy bananas, which is why I use them in recipes once they get past the being green stage, to be honest. So we're ready. I think that might be a bit too much banana. It's not the end of the world. I'm just going to grab our banoffee pies out of the fridge again. So we've got our biscuits back. I'm going to layer up our banana. Just kind of drop it in. So we've got our banana nicely placed in there, and then we're going to add some of our caramel sauce. The jam jar is deceptive, of course. It is actually caramel sauce. Give my dinner a stir. Okay, my caramel sauce is still very warm because I only just cooked it, but it's going to be drizzled nicely over the banana. There's our caramel sauce going on over the top. To be honest, it's so runny, it's kind of gone on the banana too, so it doesn't matter. Got this cute little spatula here. Honestly, one of the best things that we own, and one of the best kitchen utensils, because it's really good for like, getting stuff out of jars and stuff like that. So dreamy. Like, now, sorry you can't see this. I'm now attempting to get as much cream as possible. Oh, we might need a, I didn't think this through. Gonna need another spoon for this. Oh, there we go, it's come off. Oh, it likes the warmth of the caramel sauce. That's gonna be fun. I want to try and get these in the fridge as quick as possible because the caramel sauce is a bit too warm. I made the glass really messy, so I'm just gonna again give it another wipe before I put it back in the fridge. Sorry kitchen roll, sorry environment. There we go. Oh, it's still looking messy, but I need to get them in the fridge. So there are our Banoffee pies. And I'm just going to leave them in there until I'm ready to eat them. Easy, Banoffee pie for tea.